So today we are with Sam, which is a fashion designer in K brand. So K is a Korean brand based in Seoul. Can you present the brand?
Our target is Muslim people, but the design is like a casual, so it doesn't matter that they are Muslim or not. I'm a fashion designer. I just want to create more creative, more stylish, more fashionable clothes for Muslim people. Our concept is also to keep Islamic clothes loose, not fitting for students who are really struggling to find right clothes.
So everything is very average. Size too?
Yeah, size is like European free size because in Korea it's also kind of hard to find European middle size because Korean size doesn't match foreigners, including a lot of countries except like Indonesia, Malaysia.
That's why we're creating like European free size because it can be matched with many people.
Yeah.
Average size, average price.
Yeah, if I can talk more about price, our price is not really cheap. It's not really expensive. It's in the middle.
So it's affordable.
Affordable, yeah, we cannot make it cheap because like if we make clothes in Korea, it's always kind of expensive comparing to China or other country.
Were you one of the founder of the brand?
Yeah, of course. I met with the company. I told about how lack of clothes for Muslim people, especially in Korea or in non-Muslim countries, when we want to go to university or to the company, it was kind of hard to find clothes for Muslim people. I was thinking about it for a long time. Fortunately, I met company. We discussed about it and they were interested. They decided to make K-Mount together and I was so excited because it's what actually I wanted to do. And then we started together. Of course, I can say I am also kind of founder of K-Models. Now we are working on the brand. We have a lot of clients who are not Muslim. Since our styles are casual, so a lot of people can buy it. The Korean people also like casual style.
Yeah.
They really like to loose clothes. That's why it's kind of collaboration with Korean style. And I studied in Korea. So it's kind of natural for me to do like a Korean style. So that's why like we have a lot of people who like design.
Was it only Muslim people that created the brand?
We have design team. We have a lot of designers, but I'm main designer for this game models. As I'm a Muslim, it's easy for me to design for Muslim people because I know what I have to be aware of and then what I have to consider. And we have other designers too. We have design team that we always discuss about the design and then do it together.
So the only missing here
In the company?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
That's crazy.
Because we don't know.
Not because in France, but I think it's dealt with Islamophobia. That in France, when someone created Muslim brand clothes, like other people don't want to work with that. So most of the time, it's only Muslims that do that.
Yeah, in this sense, I'm kind of lucky to meet Sophie company who is really interested in this business, that they are not Muslim. It's kind of business too. We have good market, like Muslim people, but still I'm lucky to meet them, even though they are not Muslim, but they are putting a lot of effort and then they are like investing a lot of money. So I'm kind of like,
and I think that's very good that they refer to you because like you're Muslims so
to introduce our Islam.
that this is not just non-Muslim people that create for like they trust you because you have the knowledge.
Yeah,
that's well managed.
actually, they invited me as a designer. But before that, of course, I submitted my CV and portfolio because as a designer, I have to have my like a fashion portfolio. It's kind of important.
And then they invited let's work together. I do all designers because we have no software, so I did a software engineer or something like that. Are you all just designers and you pay other people to do this kind of thing?
Of course, our work is divided. Like my part is only designing. For example, we have tailors, we have the project manager, have our manager, but it's everything is just divided. So I do own like a design part.
Oh, your question is nice.
I think like this part, like about Muslim or not, he didn't talk in any interviews, so it's kind of nice. It's kind of new.
I'm very curious. Yeah. So I do this YouTube channel because like, I'm curious about everything. Oh, so that's why I'm interviewing people. That's nice. Thank you. I like that. So we're talking about the tea. How many people are you team?
It's about 5 people for the design team. And I mean, the whole company has about only people.
I wanted to talk about the wedding where you are located. I saw at the entrance that it's like kind of incubation or something like that.
Yeah.
So what is it?
This is like a fashion business. So it would be like a in this building, there are a lot of manufacturing places, and then like office company. Actually, Seoul Creek was here. So Seoul Creek company made K models. I and Seoul Creek company we made K models together.
Is there like only K models here?
By Seoul Creek company works with a lot of Korean fashion brands.
Okay. So sometimes they ask them to do some design for the other brands.
Yeah. And then we have our manufacturing place where we can make clothes for them, because in Korea it's kind of hard to find manufacturing place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like if you make clothes in Korea, it's expensive. Most of the company doesn't have in manufacturing place.
They manufacture in other countries.
Yeah, like China, Vietnam.
That's questionable the location. It's very well located, like just in front of DDK.
Yeah, which is like a design plaza.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of like places, like a fashion, like buildings. And then what I like about the location is that it's very close to a public market. It takes only 10 minutes by walk, and then I'm really happy that I can go anytime, so I can like pick all the fabrics that I need. It's kind of comfortable to work as a designer. I know a lot of designers work around here too, because it's close to the like fabric market. We can go and then buy, we can order from.
So this is a place for fashion, right?
Yeah, not only this building, but we have like around 10, more than 10 like buildings here for fashion only.
Yeah, okay. Because I saw that there is a lot of runway around here or things like that.
Yeah, like most of them are Korean fashion, which means around here.
Yeah, because this is the thing that I noticed. There's worldwide brands,
Yeah,
but there's also a lot of small Korean brands.
and there it's a lot.
Yeah, so much.
Yeah, even there is like a market here. It opens at night, and then in the morning it's for only Korean fashion. Then there is DDP.
Is there any exhibition that you did, or are you aware is it top brand?
We didn't have like a fashion show yet. Yeah, but of course we attended to many exhibitions like this year in Paris and then in Dubai. We made like special designs for them. We are doing more, not only those countries, but even in Korea. We participated in many exhibitions. For the fashion show, we have actually a lot of plans. We are busy with other projects, so maybe in the future.
And so for those exhibition, they call you and they say, yeah, we want you in this exhibition in Pamik.
We have to like register for that, because we have to find our customers too, and then we have to introduce ourselves to many people who are related to fashion.
Do you have like the venue what your exhibition is? It can be.
Yeah, it's kind of textile, and it's name of the exhibition.
Textile.
Yeah, it's really like it's suitable for us, for fashion people, because a lot of people come for the fabric and then for to see like new ideas, new clothes, new brands. It's very popular at fashion companies who know about it and who always participate.
And so the people that built this kind of thing, is it more like average people, like designer, brands, things like that?
It's kind of hard to understand. So that's why we participate, because the people who are coming are related to fashion. So they're like their own company, their own brand. Yeah.
So that's a way to get contracts.
Yeah. When people can go, just look around, they'll see a lot of people or just go and even don't know.
Yeah.
And then they don't have idea.
I just discovered about this kind of thing in Korea. I don't really know that.
Yeah, I mean Korean people don't know.
No, Korean people know, but in the other countries like EU, we don't know fashion. Like we know there is but meditation to see that. So yeah, it's more accessible in Korea in other countries.
Yeah, exhibitions, I mean, like, yeah, but actually, if you're in these big fields, you can find out, because it's kind of really popular and it must go,
So I think we're done with the company. Okay, we'll talk more about you. Okay, can you like tell us about your background?
Yeah, so when I was 10 years old, I was really into fashion design. I wanted to study, and then went to a small school where I can learn how to sew. I started from sewing the clothes, and then I learned how to draw. Then I studied, of course, in my high school. Before I came to Korea, I also worked on like a big company, it was big fashion designer. So I already had the experience. And actually, I am in fashion almost like 15 years since I was really young. So that's why it's kind of easy for me to work in the company and to understand how it goes, like the process.
And did you ever do another work than the fashion or something related to this?
Of course, before I came to this company, I was working in other company, which is also related to fashion. So we did kind of, it was Korean fashion. I had to create Korean design style, but I was not happy with that because it's not what I wanted.
Did you ever have like student jobs?
So of course, when I was a student, we work in many places. Most I thought like arts or it was very interesting. And then I work in airport in information desk. It was also very interesting for me, but it's not my field. But I enjoyed a lot.
You speak multiple languages, right?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, this was the point that they hired me because I speak many languages, and then it was very interesting job that I had.
Remember, this is very helpful to speak a lot of language.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a lot of job that you can do because you speak a lot of language. Nice. So, what's the difference between like jobs related to fashion and regular jobs?
it's different. So it depends. If you are interested, you can work longer. Like for me, it was not my field, so I didn't want to work for a long time. So I worked like very short. Yeah, about 1 year, 2 years.
Just to survive.
Yeah.
Did you find it difficult to buy jobs in fashion?
For me, it was not so hard because I already have portfolios here.
Big bag.
Yeah. So I didn't really struggle. If you have good background and if you have everything like a CV portfolio, I think it's not that hard to find a job. Not only in Korea, but other countries too.
You studied in Korea, right?
What's the name of the school? Yeah, I studied in Kyung University. Okay.
Oh, in Korea? And
Of course, in Korea here, I couldn't find the university which is in English.
so you had to learn it?
Yeah, you know Korean. Of course, I studied first Korean because I knew that I cannot find in English. So I studied Korean language first, and then I studied my bachelor's degree.
Okay. People say that in fashion or even in entertainment, it's all about contacts. Do you think it's true?
Networking, yeah, is very important. Yeah, even like we met with this company in the like business meet, and then we discussed it, and it just happened. It was kind of easier, but it doesn't mean that like someone helped me to enter this company. It was kind of naturally, and then so quick was also looking for some new idea to do in the future, new business. I mean, it was also good for them, and it's good for it. But it started level.
So network help,
Yeah, but you still need to have good background.
yeah.
It's very important. Like they don't
Tell you because you don't say well.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, a lot of people think that.
Yeah, no, especially for international companies, they check you a lot. Yeah, they start from the CV, and then if you are a designer, they check the portfolio if you are able for them, and then they hire you. It's not easy to get it all.
And also, like, it's the same in the other sense. If you don't know anyone that you're great, you will still have your chance, right?
Yeah, of course. But because you have your CV and portfolio, it kicks about you. Even me, before I was working company, I submitted my portfolio in that city, and I got a lot of replies. They asked me to come for the interview. Yeah, it was kind of easy for me to get a job here. So I didn't struggle. That's why I believe that if you have good background, it always works.
Yeah.
And people can easily see from working. It's not kind of hard to understand if you have good.
Yeah, they will hire you.
Yeah,
There's this visa thing. So they need to sponsorize your visa. I don't know. So how do you do that? Then is it like every year? Like,
Yeah. So in Korea, it depends on the company. The company has more than 5 people. They can hire, they can provide this visa to. Here it's more than 5, so it was easy for me visa. I got my visa after my graduation, and every year I extend it.
so this is the same for all visas. Like,
It depends on visa type too. Mine is like in visa type. So
what's the code of this visa? E7. This visa allows you only to work in this company.
So this is disadvantage of this visa because I only can work, not only in this company, but I can work in another company too. But still, like I cannot do like his business. I have to work for the company.
Okay.
So this is a disadvantage.
Yeah. This is kind of your business, right?
Yeah. So for me, it's okay.
And you said like at first you wanted to work in Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
And are you planning like go back there and work there? Do you want to stay in Korea as long as possible?
Actually, like I had a plan to work in Korea for just 1 year and go back, but like I started like a break. So and I'm kind of responsible for that, and then we don't have anyone who can help or who is kind of related to. So I don't know, but I had a plan to, like, of course, go back as soon as possible because like my family always ask me to go back.
Yeah.
So of course that means
You go back here usually? Because it's not that far, right?
yeah, killing off Skype, right?
That's far. Really? That's far, I think.
Okay, because Europe is like
12 hours. Yes, more far, but so do you go back there usually or?
Oh, every year I try to go here and there. And I'm going also next month, my country. Oh, it's almost a year, yeah. And then I went into my business in my country.
In the future, what did you from and how to coming here in
In the beginning, I wanted to go to Europe to study. Yeah, actually, it was my plan, but my dad he didn't allow me to go because my sister was studying in Korea.
He did well because Korea is safer than Europe.
For this sense, of course, her passion is in Europe. Yeah, it was kind of hard for me to accept it.
Actually, I did the exhibition in Paris.
Yeah, so yeah, now of course I changed my mind. Before I was kind of sad, but after I studied in Korea, I felt no, I learned a lot, alhamdulillah, so I'm kind of happy. Now I don't care. I think that's also right.
As a person living in Europe, I think you would have a lot of trouble in here because like you're so it's not really free. Yeah, and I don't think you would find any job. It's also hard to find. So don't regret it. You have not like you regret. Yeah, of course. Even like I changed my mind like after 2 years of studying. I was married. That is my job. And then I don't know. I don't think it depends on where you study it. It depends on who you are, how much knowledge you have. If you have good knowledge, it doesn't matter where you just studied in using. So I think now that you prove that you can do something. Like whenever you want to work in your recipe, oh, I did it in Korea, so.
And my plan is not to work for the company in the food, so I don't care.
So you want to do a new brand, not the brand?
Oh, of course. Actually, I already have my own brand. I started when I was a student, and because I already have my experience, my studies about fashion, so I was kind of ready to open. And then, yeah, I already opened. Now, online, I'm doing, in the future, I can do it offline too.
Okay. Yeah. And so how do you manage your own case? Right, is it?
Because I know the fashion design, it's easy for me to handle it. If I didn't know, maybe it would be so hard, like what should I do? Well, I know it's kind of easy for me to, because there is a lot of things that you have to manage in order to the communication. So you do all? Oh, of course, no. Like I have people who work for me, like market, like some people. I don't do everything. I'm not agreed with that to do everything by myself because that's for example marketing. I cannot put effort for this. I mean, so you still like just doing this all the brain? Yeah. I have a lot of orders from many people, many companies. They contact me to SSP to have and then I can take back photos. SSP Salmos is the brand of mine, so I design to many people. Okay, I love fashion design. I can work with many.
Okay, so it's a kind of brand that designed for brands.
Yeah, for brands, for people, doesn't matter. Who need create beautiful designs.
I didn't know that brands orders.
No, the brand is but the fashion designer is fashion designer. But of course, I'm a designer. I can do many brands and for people who want to have creative, nice designs. Yeah, I also get orders from the
and echoes of Islam. Do you make something fierce to the design? Do not.
Of course, but I'm doing picky to work with people. It should be right twist. If it's like that, I'm really okay.
And you still can work with that. Yeah. For example, a lot of people are afraid that they can't hardly they still in the rule. Actually, you can have clients,
Yeah, and then mostly I work with instant label, and then I have orders from the work online. I need design for them. For example, one of them is whatsoever ebook, so I design for guy, and it's also licensing people, so it's kind of easy to make this out.
Yeah, but that's a very great. You have to refuse a lot of your outlet that you stick to your principle.
For me, it's very easy because I don't think about it. I only concentrate on the shooter. So actually, even if I concentrate on this, it's a lot goes up towards. Because there is not a lot of people, but yeah. I know a lot. There are individuals work together, especially in Muslim countries, and of course in Korea we don't have that even here.
What would you say to someone that want to work as a fashion designer? If there's anything you have to be aware of, or any good point that you notice about that?
Of course, I could recommend to study about fashion because a lot of, especially Muslim people, they think making fashion is not really good, but they do business for fashion. But it's kind of ridiculous. Why you don't study? I recommend to study because it's something you should learn. Fashion is also known. It's not something it just comes to your mind and when you design. It's long process they have to do from each visit. So I do recommend to study first and then do the design. So it's gonna be really proper and then you could need knowledge about that. Yeah, of course. If you don't know anything about fashion, of course, a lot of people already know about fashion. I mean, the process and then how to come out with idea and then how to do the design
So it's very important. If you don't know, of course you cannot do. You can do one or two, but what about the next? You should do it like continuously. For that, you have to have good knowledge, and then you have to just talent of your host. This is a good one because mostly there is a lot of people that try to create it but without studying before. Yeah, and it's not working because they don't know how to advertise it. They don't know like how to design, how to do it. But you cannot just come out with you and say, I'm gonna be a fashion designer. Yeah, but then design is like, it's not something easy to do. Because I told you they can do it. Even like really talented people can do it 1 to 10, okay? But what about the next? I mean, they cannot do really continuously. Even I feel that they also can feel that they cannot go longer. They do it for the purpose, but not longer. Yeah, just with what to do. So for now, for knowing how to do, we should study. If you know, you can do it for it's very important. And just like you told me about research, and all writing something, it's not just like you go to internet filings. No, you should also look how to find information. A lot of things that we have to learn. But even me, I continue to study now. That's why people usually think that this all the networking because people like doing a great job in that, and they were like, oh, he studied, so he met the friends in between. But actually, it's like more because they have no other. They're like, especially developed country, they always check you about your CV, and it's very, very important. So you have to have good, knowledge, experience, and then get fast for you. What talks to you? Can have more friends. We have something to talk. If you want to talk, I don't have like something to do, but still, thank you for your question. It's very interesting. And we took arts like about mini tests, so it's kind of nice. That was very interesting. Thank you so much. Like I'm so happy I had the opportunity to meet you. Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, to be able to ask all the questions I had in mind. Yeah, I hope we did it. You were so welcoming. Thank you so much. Thank you too. And thank you for watching the video. Let's speak. Bye bye. Bye.